as you heard from Natalie and the Silver Fox, they are having a very good time over at McBride Hall with United Steelworkers number 1014. They're going to get back to us in a few minutes. Until then, I just want to give a big shout out to the United Auto Workers who, Sean Fain did what he said he was going to do. He said they were going to make history. He said they were going to make history, and they have. They really have. They have actually made a tentative agreement with Ford, with one of the companies, and so the strike looks like it's going to be ending at Ford for all the workers there. They actually got the cost of living adjustment back that they gave up in 2008 to save the car companies, allegedly. And that was a big one. That was a big one. You're going to have car manufacturers, like workers, laborers, making a good $90,000 a year now, solidly putting them in America's middle class, which is how it used to be. That is what built cities like Gary and, this entire region was factory workers being able to make $80,000, $90,000 a year. That is absolutely incredible. So a big, giant shout out to my main man, Sean Fain, who we started off the show with, for getting the United Auto Workers his getting them their money. He got them their money. Money. Yes, money indeed. So I am absolutely grateful to be able to report that. Because look, America can never be what it needs to be until its working class is what it needs to be. America's working class has been brutalized for the last 50, 60 years now. It used to be you could get hired in the factory or in the mill at 18, 19. I had an uncle started working in the mill before he was 18. I think he was 16 or 17. He had been in the war and everything already. Like, he was just like, he was already just, basically a grown man before 18. And he worked in the mill for, I think, 50 years after that. Man owned his own house, owned 3 cars, I think, 2 or 3 cars. Was able to help send his kids to college, send his kids to private schools and all this other stuff. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my uncle, I don't believe he went beyond the 3rd grade. Okay? These people didn't go, like a lot of these people did not go beyond very low education, and they were able to make a solid middle class living for their families. And that's important. That is important. You want to know why people aren't getting married, like we talked about last week? Why having American families is important, particularly black families is important? This is why. And this is how you get there. You allow particularly working class men to enter the middle class. That's how you do it. That's how we did it in the middle of the 20th century. Okay? That's how we did it. And when you see around the world, you see the happiest, healthiest, most functional countries in the world. What they do is they allow their working class men to be able to make a living, a suitable living. I'm just waiting for Natalie and them to come out, but we're not going to do a normal, regular issues and answers show today. We will do the happy happies. That will happen. But I thought that, this was actually a good opportunity to have a Friday night funk show. Yes. A Friday night funk show where, because Natalie and the Silver Fox are going to be calling in here and there, and they are at a party. I thought it was a good idea for us as well to be able to, to be able to feel good and have a good time as well. So I'm just basically waiting for Natalie to give us an update so we can start that aspect of the show. But to reiterate what we talked about at the top, the UAW has indeed made a deal with Ford. Wow, that is incredible. That is absolutely, absolutely incredible. You're talking about a historic achievement from the sit down strike that the stand up strike that they had, I believe it was called. You know, they actually, now it has to still be approved. I have to say that as well. It has to still be approved by the 57,000 union members at the company. But the Ford deal actually could set the pattern for agreements with the other two automakers where the workers will indeed remain on strike. So the UAW has actually called on the workers at Ford to go back to their jobs, and that will put pressure on General Motors and Stellantis to bargain. I absolutely agree. We actually had somebody on here a few weeks ago saying, oh, the workers are asking for too much. They're going to send the company overseas. No, that's the type of scared thinking that got us into this mess in the first place. That's the type of scared logic that got us into this place. That's why you've seen American workers hemorrhaging for the last 50 years. We told Ford to pony up, and they did. That's what Sean Fain has said. We won things that no one thought was possible. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens, folks. It's like with my man Christian Smalls from Amazon last year. When he won those workers. No, I think that was 2 years ago? Or was it last year when Christian Smalls unionized JFK 8 in Amazon in New York City, something that nobody thought was possible, to win a union fight against the richest man in the world at that time, not Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. But right now, I think we have Natalie back. Hello, Natalie.